Welcome to the channel. I am the Maize Man. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, comment in the comment section below, and share this with your friends on social media. Of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Today we are talking the Tony Alford effect. It is real, people. It is real. Also, we'll be discussing Michigan's very sneaky, great acquisition, and we'll get into some recruiting news, all that, and of course,
no disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little girl, them. And I'ma tell them where I'm at. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset.
Have you ever asked yourself, why am I paying so much for cell phone service? I'm sure you have. I know I have, and I have a solution for you in the form of Mint Mobile. Use the description in the video here. Check out Mint Mobile's plans. You can get unlimited service for as low as $15 a month. That is not a gimmick. Trust me. Stay in. Let's start with spring practice. Obviously, Michigan lost starting safety Rod Moore to a ACL injury, what looks like for the season, which had a lot of people, Michigan fans, saying that Michigan needed to dive into the portal, the spring portal, to replace him in the defensive backfield. However, there are those who think, including inside the Michigan program, Will Johnson recently spoke on this yesterday or the day before about how guys are stepping up, including Zeke Berry, Cody Jones, those types of guys. Also, don't forget about Brandon Hillman. He was Michigan's top-rated recruit in the 2023 class after decommitting from Notre Dame. He is a dog, as you can see on the film here from his high school days, an absolute beast. And he has that dog in him. Like, he doesn't back down from anybody on the opposing team. He's an absolute missile flying around making plays. So I look forward to what happens inside the program if Michigan does decide to go into the portal. Of course, hopefully it's for a quality player, and I'm sure that it would be, as Michigan has only gone into the portal to get quality players at whatever position that they have so far. Moving on, though. Let's move on to the acquisition that I alluded to in the beginning of this video. Michigan hired John Collins to be the assistant director of recruiting. Collins comes from Georgia, where he had a similar title. He's been there the last 2 years. Obviously, we see what Georgia recruiting has been over the last 4 or 5 years. The fact that he was a part of that, even if it was just the last 2 years, is still extremely important, and it is bearing fruit, right? That head coach Jerome Moore's hires, especially in that recruiting department, have been very strategic. Sean McGee overseeing the entire recruiting operation. There's been some mix and matching in the recruiting department since Jerome Moore has taken over. He's made a point to emphasize NIL and Michigan's need to get better in that area. That looks like it's taking off in the right direction here since he's become the head coach. Not to say that the previous head coach wasn't saying the same things or trying to make, moves either, but it's clear that Jerome Moore is emphasizing NIL. It's clear he's emphasizing recruiting, and he's not, by the way, in emphasizing those two areas, taking his foot off the gas in the coaching department. These coaches are excellent. These hires have been excellent so far. Wink Martindale is the guy who created the defense that Michigan has been running the last 3 years, right? McDonald and Minter were understudies of this guy, who is now the head man on Michigan's defense, and Wink Martindale. They swung and missed on their initial hire for defensive back coach, but I think Lamar Morgan is more than adequate at being a defensive backs coach. He was the defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach at his last place. Now he comes to Michigan, and he is the defensive backs coach and defensive pass game coordinator. He's more than capable here. The recruiting, by the way, is it's bearing fruit on the recruiting trail. We'll get into that in a second. But this was huge. John Collins coming over from Georgia yet again. Jerome Moore proving that he can go to these programs that nobody thought that Michigan could a few years ago and snipe coaches from them, including your arch rival, right, in Ohio State, taking Tony Alford, and we'll get to that in just a sec because that is bearing the most fruit right now anyway. John Collins from Georgia, who before Michigan won the national championship this past season, had won the previous two, including bouncing Michigan in the semifinals in 2021. So these are huge hires, huge acquisitions. Michigan is really throwing around its weight right now, and I'm here for it. Let's move on to running back coach Tony Alford and what he has been able to do in a short amount of time since joining the Wolverines. Alford, of course, coming from the other state, that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus. This was a huge coaching hire for head coach Jerome Moore, as Alford is an absolute magnet for these running back recruits. Starting with 5-star Jordan Davison. Davison, 5-star running back, according to Rivals.com, out of California, Santa Ana, California, Mater D High School. Very, very formidable program. They have a national program in terms of the high school. He is a 5'11", 210-pounder. Absolute stud at the running back position, and he is considering Michigan. In fact, has Michigan in his top 6, all because of Tony Alford. That is according to his mentor, who said that Davison and Alford have had a great relationship for the past 4 or 5 years, starting when Davison was like an 8th grader, and since then they've been in constant contact. In fact, Alford gave them the heads up of his move from the other state to Michigan before it actually happened. So that's great. They have visited Michigan in the past. He spoke about that. This is Stephen Briscoe, Jordan Davison's mentor. He said, quote, "It'll definitely be fun to get back up to Michigan. A lot has changed since 2002, the national championship, Jim Harbaugh moving on to the NFL, and a lot of other coaches as well. Definitely just interested in getting back there and seeing what's going on." He went on to say, "Their weight room is humongous. It's one of the biggest we've seen. The weight room and the strength and conditioning program were definitely the factors that got a lot of those guys interested in Michigan in the first place. Their coaching is next level. A lot of coaches come down from the NFL to coach in college." That's pretty amazing. So that's just one of the running backs that Tony Alford has had an immediate impact on in terms of getting them interested in Michigan. Another one is 4-star running back Bo Jackson out of Cleveland, or the Cleveland Heights area. He is a Villa Angela St. Joseph High School running back, 6'1", 190 pounds. Absolute stud in his own right. 4-star, as I said, number 3 running back in the country and the number 4 player in the state of Ohio. He actually had glowing things to say about his visit. He just recently visited Michigan. He said, "The visit was great. My mom, dad, both my younger brothers went with me. We spent the entire day on campus. I got to see and absorb so much information about the school and the football program." This is another kid who is interested in Michigan, or at least has shown more interest in Michigan since Tony Alford's hire. He went on to say, "I've been knowing Coach Alford since my freshman year. He loves it there and thinks highly of everyone there so far. It's pretty late in the process for me, and with all the coaching changes, that happened there. I wasn't sure about them. Speaking about Michigan, he wasn't sure about Michigan. We spent a lot of time on campus yesterday, loved every minute of it, and got to get a real feel for the school and football program. So Bo Jackson, yet another highly touted running back recruit that is speaking highly of Michigan. This is all great news for the Wolverines. Of course, we know how they recruit and how they coach up front on that offensive line. So running backs, naturally would be interested in running behind that offensive line that won the Joe Moore Award in back-to-back seasons in 2021 and 2022. Also had another excellent season last year. So we'll keep you updated as more information becomes available on these guys and other recruits. But Tony Alford, so far, a great hire. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the hire, what you guys think about all of the hires so far that Sharon Moore has made. Let's talk about it. Let's touch on a couple of quick-hitting recruiting notes. 2026 four-star quarterback target of the Wolverines, Brady Smigel, will be making an unofficial visit to Ann Arbor in the coming months. In fact, he'll be visiting the Wolverines in an unofficial capacity on June 18th. This is a guy that new offensive coordinator Kirk Campbell has been very high on, offered him last season. I'll keep you updated on any movement on this front. Michigan will also be hosting top 100 wide receiver prospect Quincy Porter out of Oradell, New Jersey, Bergen Catholic High School. He's a 6'3", 200-pounder. He'll be visiting Michigan next Tuesday and Wednesday before heading to the other state for a couple days as well. We'll keep you posted on this recruitment as well. Finally, another major visitor will be Douglas Utu out of Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas. He's the offensive tackle there, 6'5", 270-pounder. He'll be visiting Michigan this Thursday, I believe. I'll keep you posted as more information becomes available here. This is obviously a huge target for Michigan. He'll be visiting along with other offensive line prospects this weekend. Actually, it's not Thursday. He'll be there this weekend with other offensive line prospects to see spring practice. His teammate, running back Micah Kaipana, is also obviously on the Michigan team. These guys were close. Kaipana tweeted out that he will be visiting, that Douglas Utu will be visiting. So hopefully, that can go a long way in swaying his opinion of Michigan. Let's hope for a great visit. We'll keep you posted as more information becomes available. Finally, later today, I will be recording with the guys for Scarlet and Blue, the Scarlet and Blue show. Bryce and, of course, Buckeye Garrison. I don't know if the episode will air today, probably air tomorrow, but I'll keep you posted on that too. Follow me everywhere at Maize Madman for more updates on that. Gonna set Bryce straight in that vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus that he roots for. We'll get it all handled and straightened out. Trust me. Till next time, though, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'm gonna calm down. So I'm gonna calm down, son. I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that. I just don't get it, son, for real.
Just calm
and how the